Yes, and with us this morning is our date coach Kaiden Tay on why and how we should play hard to get. Who is that?
What is that?
Arnold Gay.
Arnold.
Not paying attention.
Arnold's watching the YouTube.
Tuss.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay, Kaiden Tay. So, do guys actually like girls to play hard to get? Like, is that a turn off for you guys?
That's a very good question. Let's start with when and why should you be playing hard to get first?
Yes.
So the theory about hard to get, right, is that it builds attraction.
Yes.
Right? But there must be a seed of attraction first.
Yeah.
It doesn't create attraction out of nowhere.
So it's like, oh, she's playing hard to get. What a relief.
Yeah. Yeah. Or some people, they like to just stay at home and say, oh, I'm playing hard to get, when there are no guys after you.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
so
yeah.
how to make it work is the guy must be actively going after you.
Yeah.
And then you play cool. Right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you play hard to get.
Okay, but
And guys like that,
But,
right?
if,
They
but if
do.
a guy is really crazy about you, here's the question, right? Why do you even need to do that?
Oh, okay. If you are too easy sometimes,
He stops being crazy about you.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've seen it
It's
happen
true,
a lot.
it's true.
Yeah. You know, he's crazy about you, and then suddenly you're like, I'm available.
Yeah.
And then he starts questioning himself, do I really want her?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of easy, you know. And I think I read somewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you guys were born hunters.
That's right.
So you're not supposed to want an easy kill.
That's right.
yes,
You
that's
want a
right.
challenge. You want a chase.
You do want a bit of a
cannot
challenge.
help yourself.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
instinctive. It's animalistic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So the idea is not to be too hard to get, but moderately.
That's right.
Yeah, moderately. Yeah.
So how do you know when you're pushing it too far?
That's when you need a coach. No, but it's true. You know, it actually takes a lot of balance
Yeah.
to get it right. And some girls just don't get it. They either do too little or too much.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Kai. And this is the way it seems to me. To me, a guy wants a girl who seems like she's got some pride in herself and won't just throw herself at any guy who shows interest in her. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So you
exactly.
want to take a woman. You want a woman who's got a bit of reserve and is going to do things in her own time, in her own way, and isn't going to be rushed along by some dude who's like hot for her. Does that make
So
sense?
the thing is, this woman must be reserved for to everyone else.
Yeah.
But me.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
That's
so
right.
she's cool to everybody.
Yeah.
But she's warm towards me, and that's when I'm super attracted to
That's
her.
right. You want a woman with some dignity,
Yes, exactly.
right?
You also want women, you know, another easy way really, because for some girls it's really hard to play hard to get when you are an open, friendly, easygoing person.
Like you.
Hey, I know how to play hard to get. Okay, so yes, someone like
I'll
me,
teach
for
you, I'll teach
example,
them.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. I think the easiest way is what you do is just get a life.
Yeah.
Because when you have a life, you're busy.
That's right.
When you're busy, you're hard to get.
Then you're
Yes,
genuinely
that's
hard to
true.
get.
Right. I mean, if you have a great social life and you have a lot of things to do, people to meet,
Yeah.
you know, goals to accomplish, you just automatically become hard to get.
Or you
That's
can,
right.
or you can pretend to. Although your diary is clear, you can say, "I can't meet you till 2 weeks from now."
Yeah, that's right.
You can.
But sometimes it's a little harder
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
better.
an honest person,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
it's better to be really hard to get.
Yeah.
Not playing hard to get.
Yeah,
That's right.
and guys can sense that, and then they realize, well, this girl's really busy. I gotta get a hold of her.
Yeah.
And when they do, they really value that time. Like, oh my
That's
gosh,
what
I
that
finally have
Kate
her.
and William, you know, the princess
Kate Middleton.
That's what she did.
Yeah, she went out and she had a great time.
She's like, yeah, la di da.
Don't wallow in self-pity, you
That's
know,
right.
and it's never an attractive quality.
That's right.
Okay, so we've covered the why and when to
That's
play
right.
hard to
Yep.
get. Okay, coming up, how to play hard to get. If you have any questions pertaining to dating and playing hard to get, we're here for you, absolutely free, 669109220 with our date coach, Kaiden Tay on KISS. We do it every Tuesday with our date coach, Kaiden Tay. We dish out free dating advice. Hopefully that will help you find love
Yeah.
and the right person to settle down with.
Yes,
'Cause,
that's right.
no man is an island, right?
That's right.
That's right.
So we're talking about the hows
get
and whys
Of
to play
playing
hard to get. Okay, so we've covered why.
That's right.
And when you should.
Yes,
Okay, and we all should at some point.
Yeah.
Yes. So now the how. And the general tactics of playing hard to get, it's a few. It's like having limited availability.
Right.
All right. So that's what Maddie said just now about being really busy, so that people find it hard to get you. So if
Right.
your calendar is really full, then you become a scarce resource and people value
Yes,
you.
Yeah.
yes, we all like scarce resources.
That's
and
right, that's
it
right.
becomes more valuable and precious.
Yes.
Exactly.
Your value goes up
Your
when supply
diamonds.
is down.
That's
Yes.
right.
Same
Exactly.
for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is sounding busy. Like putting down the phone fast or, texting,
Yeah.
short messages.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have time to text you right now.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that come across as rude?
Exactly. So you have to, it takes skill to
Yeah.
do it well.
Yeah.
Because it can come across as rude.
So you need a little bit of finesse, right?
Yes, exactly. That was the word.
Because you still need to show that the guy's got a chance. And-
Exactly.
And that you like him,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's like you're being cool, but you got to let him know somehow that you still dig him,
Yes.
right?
But you're
Because if
busy
you're-
at the same time.
yeah.
Too cool, then the guy gives up. And
Yeah, he's like, oh, she don't like me.
yeah. And that's what a lot of girl does.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of girls do.
Yeah.
And I think you also have to see how confident this guy is.
Yes.
Because if he is a confident guy, then he can take it, and
That's
then you
right.
can go a lot further
Yes.
when you're playing hard to get, right? But if this guy has like real insecurity issues,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's has a deep fear of rejection, he's not gonna.
You gotta,
You're
throw
not
him,
gonna
you
be-
gotta throw him a bone.
Yes,
You gotta
yes,
give him a
yes.
bit more.
Maybe more than a bone.
More maybe more than a bone.
so that's why it's very hard for me, right? To just do a course or tell a girl like how to treat the guy.
Yeah.
And I must actually see the messages that she's getting.
Get a
and
sense of the
understand-
guy.
Yeah, and understand a bit about the guy before I can give like specific advice
Yeah, yeah.
on how far you can go
That's
with
right.
being hard to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some guys, even if you play it really easy, it's fine. They
Yeah.
they like it.
Yeah, yeah. that's
Some
right.
guys like it open.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one is seeking attention and then disregarding it.
Right.
All right, so that's interest. And the most easy one is like showing initial interest and then letting it disappear.
Right.
Yeah. So these are like
You should do that.
these are the ways to play hard to get.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. These are the different ways to play hard to get.
Like flirt with him a bit, laugh at his jokes, touch his elbow, and then he's like, I'm there," and then you just pull it back,
Disappear.
and he's like, "No, no,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Happened to you once too often, huh?
no."
So these are the general ways to do it. And again, the key thing is do it with
Finesse.
wisdom,
Yes,
finesse, with
yes.
skill.
Got a question here. Obviously, a girl. She's saying that during a particular date,
Yeah.
a guy mentioned that he'd like to see me again,
Yep.
but nothing was planned. And then five days after the date, she couldn't help but ask him, "When will I see you again?" So she's kind of totally regretting it because it's not really playing hard to get. What can she do now?
Okay, so
Gotta play it cool, girl.
So
if you're gonna play
usually-
it cool, you play it cool all the way.
usually I tell girls don't go and ask the guy when can I see you again, but
Yes,
just
yes.
send him a random text about your life.
Yeah.
Don't ask him questions. Don't ask him have you had breakfast, lunch, dinner, how are you?
Yeah.
But just something about your life. Something you ate, something you saw along the way, some interesting
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And just send it to him.
Like,
and
hey,
just-
I passed by this blah blah blah, and I thought about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like this.
Hmm.
Just to get you into
Him-
his awareness again.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
And then
yes,
he
yes.
realized, oh yeah, there's this girl that I wanted to chase. And
Yeah.
But you know,
Don't send a message saying, "Why haven't you called me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, don't
yeah.
do that.
But I read somewhere before, and from experience, I think it to be quite true as well, is that if a guy was really interested to see you again, he would make a date then. He wouldn't wait.
That's-
It's like, if he had a really good date, he cannot wait to see you again.
Yeah.
He will straight away nail you down to a date and place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I really want to see you again. Oh, okay. When?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When are you free again?
Okay.
So when they actually don't set a date, do you
Yes.
think that actually they maybe like you but they're not that into you?
That's exactly right. So the question is, as a girl, how can I make sure that my next date likes me that much?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This time round, yes, 5 days later, he hasn't called me back.
It's not a good sign.
Yeah. So the question is like, what can I do as a girl so that my next date will like me so much
Yeah.
that he will ask me out on a second date on the first date itself.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's a good gauge.
So don't worry so much about that other guy who's not calling you. Think about the next guy you're gonna want to be with, right? That's
Or
what
are you
you're
saying about
No,
the
no, what
next
I'm-
date with the same
No, you're
guy?
saying the guy he's not called you for 5 days. Or are you saying the same guy?
Okay. So with this 5 days guy, right? Yes, you can still work on him.
Yeah.
But if I'm the coach, I'll be asking her, okay, so why do you think this guy hasn't called you back? What do you do on a date, or what do you not do on a date?
Right.
That didn't create that kind of attraction. So what can you do on the next date with a new guy to create more attraction so that this new guy will ask you out
Yeah.
immediately?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you asking him to go on a date is
Yeah.
not going to help.
That's right.
Right,
Correct.
right.
Correct.
Okay.
So is it the way you look? Is it the way you talk? You know, can you improve in all this?
Basically, you need professional help. Is that what you're saying?
I think we could all use some professional help, Maddie.
Yeah, we could, right? Or just some really good advice.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope that answered your question. If not, we can always cover it at length again next week, next Tuesday, if you have any questions at all.
Yeah.
I think this is a very interesting topic about playing hard to get. So
No,
we can
it's very
actually
interesting.
expand on
I
it
think
next
it's one of the
Tuesday.
keys to human interaction
And
and
it is-
dating.
it
It
is.
is.
And it's a real skill.
It is, it
It's
is.
a real
It's
skill.
and you need practice, and that's why I always tell people you need to go out and practice dating.
Yeah.
Yep.
This takes a lot of practice. It doesn't come natural to people.
No.
Yeah.
Step number 1, get a life.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a bad way.
Yeah.
Get a life, a very interesting one. Everybody wants to be a part of your life if you seem to lead the most interesting life on the planet.
right.
Exactly.
on.
That's
Full
right.
stop. So get an interesting life. That's
right.
it. Have
Maddie has to
interests,
shoo
have
friends.
passions.
Maddie has to shoo friends away at this point. She's always complaining about how this girl likes me too much. She wants to be my friend too much. Oh, it drives me crazy.
But I have a very interesting life.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. But it got a lot more interesting now.
Yeah.
If I was like that when I was like 20 years old, then I'll be really shooing people off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I had to fight a little along the way.
Yeah.
So there you go. Coming Ooh, the bank robbery.